really sick, tired. I don't have time for this. Hey man, I'm here for the office tour that you promised on Sunday. What? I promised that I would do a video game thing today? Tour or office tour? Whoa, dude. You know what, man? You're the one who promised that. I said Sunday? No, man, I can't do it, man. You know what, man? If I promised, you do it. You can do it, man. I'm sure you can do it. Alright, man. I'll do it myself. As usual. Game Hunters all... Fine. Okay guys, well it looks like I'm doing the office tour, and apparently you guys have seen this section numerous times. Believe it or not, I had to repair this today, as this upper shelf with all the weight let go. I had to put some brackets in. So anyway, it's been redone. I've leveled everything out again, kind of screwed this shelf here up. I don't know if you can see that right now, but I'm just going to pan down through it just so you guys can see the overall. So the top, of course, let me zoom in for you guys. Ooh. There you go. Right, so we got a pile of games. There's my jewel case games just going across the top there. You guys are going to get a feel for how small this room actually is. And there's the next shelf with just a bunch of games. My boxed. And of course, just, you know, moving down. Some of my, I guess, kind of cool box art or just really cool game types that I've always liked. And SWAT's just awesome. And of course, just, you know, and Titan Quest and stuff like that. It's just great games. So this wall is just focused totally around PC gaming. That's pretty much what this wall just entails, is just PC gaming. And just stuff from history to new. There's like basically my Novalogic and Sega PC game titles. Just an Armed Forces Novalogic box set, which was really cool. And a new reboot of the Battlestar Galactica. Love that series, and there it is. I still have to get the original one, which has kind of eluded me for a good price. There's just some big box games now. You know, as we move down, some more big box games. And a bunch of Halo guys. I forgot to ever mention that I picked those up in a pickup. But I scored like a bunch of these Halo figures that you're going to see here. All from one pickup for $10 at a flea market. Which was really, really cool. There are some of my Wing Commander games. And of course on the other side you had seen Leisure Suit Larry. And I just got some pops down there just to finish off the bottom of the shelf. Just to make it look good. And there we go for that. Now guys, here's something I don't show ever, and that's because one, it's just a big horrible mess. This is a closet full of everything to do with models that I said I was going to build, which I have not done yet. Motherboards, connectors, wires, diodes, resistors, anything I use to do repairs. There's actually some other stuff in here, like, you know, my soldering systems and stuff like that. And it's just a organized mess, I'm going to call it. So let me take you into it and show you. Guys, so here we go. That's a little pride and joy there. It's a Tamiya Jaguar. I think it's a re-release, but it's one of the, it's still at least 15 or more years old, which is really cool. It's kind of vintage-ish. There's just a bunch of like box full of wires and stuff, and up here I got a bunch of different like my DJ mixer that I haven't used in a while, and cooler boxes, and those boxes there have, I think, arcade stuff in them, and then of course a bunch of Dukes of Hazzard models and so on there. And then of course you come down, there's a bunch of, you know, motherboards and video cards and sound cards, and I think that's an LCD screen for a laptop. And then we have our, you know, soldering station. You've seen that in videos before. Mess of tools just laid there. Yeah, sometimes I can get messy. And just, you know, extra tools, drawers of capacitor kits for Game Gears and stuff like that. And just, you know, it just keeps on going. It's just a big mess of gear. Just lots and lots of stuff. And I think there's even some laptops down there on the floor. All in one computer. Subwoofer and stuff. And then there's like Nintendo, a couple Nintendos and the Super Nintendo. They're actually for videos. There's something wrong with all of those. This is actually a customer's Intellivision. I got to get that ready real soon. And then we have a bunch of computer stuff, kind of like SSDs and hard drives and stuff all over here for when I'm doing builds. And then over here it's more video game focused. So it's like mod kits and stuff for Game Gears or backlighting and that kind of stuff. And there's just other boxes like my DK2 and stuff like that, and my DPoon, which is another VR headset that I've never really talked about. So let's just close that up because nobody needs to really know about that mess. And of course over here we just have a bunch of trophies. It's not quite all of them, but it was just some of the ones I really couldn't figure out a place to put them away. And it's because I used to race RC cars with a you know, group of us that we were called Team Nerd Nitro Electric Racing Division. My days of that are gone now. And then there's my infrared welder, my IRD that I use for fixing video cards and laptops that have no video. And then some models that I actually did build. And of course, the back of a TV. Oh, whoa, what do you need to see that for? And just a couple old pictures of my daughters. I just keep them around. And of course, when we pan down, we have a robot here guarding all my gear. Whoa. And then there's a bunch of more big box games here. Let me move this out of the way. And you'll see like Command and Conquer big box games, Star Wars like the TIE Fighter and Rebel Assault 2 and stuff like that. And Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Hellgate London, love that game. Star Trek, never even opened it. It's like a interactive technical manual of the Enterprise or whatever. Not my thing. I'm not really a Star Trek fan, but let's open up this here. And here we got more cameras, like my older cameras and stuff that I don't really use, but I need to get stuff from. This is a, what would you call that? Holds your phone and keeps it level and whatever, so you can run around and film like you're a movie star. I forget what you want to call that. Oh, a gimbal, that's it. And there's some business cards and stuff in there, and just other stuff for camera stuff and so on. Just kind of a hide everything away place. And then, of course, there's a Sega CD down there that I still have to fix. Forgot about that. But it's mine anyway, so I'll fix it eventually. Then over here, of course, we just have some stuff here. There's that MechWarrior. Whoa. The box. Myst, another big box PC game. Call them my Sonic board game pickups. You know, that was not that long ago. I got some original XPs, Windows 98s and stuff. I'll show you those soon. There's an original MS-DOS never opened. I think that's MS-DOS. Oh, doesn't really say on there, does it? Huh. Okay, it's MS-DOS. Here's a Windows Vista Ultimate. Like anybody wants that. This is a media PC, and then here's my NAS storage, which I haven't even put into operation yet. And it just runs this TV here, basically right now. Which I had to turn it off because that other guy was just watching himself. He was watching Last Game Hunter over and over and over. So over here, as you can see how narrow this whole thing is? You can see here's my green screen. There's some little Christmassy lights or something going on up there. And it's a pretty big green screen, so I don't have to worry about not being in it. So that's kind of cool. Just to give you an idea how narrow this room is. No, I can't touch wall to wall or anything, but it's a fairly small room. The idea of it was I couldn't give one of these rooms, to this room in particular, to one of my daughters because, well, it wouldn't have been fair. And yeah, I would have loved to have a bigger room as an office, but the room next door is quite big, and that's where my eldest daughter sleeps or does whatever teenagers pretend or sleep in or something do. I don't know. And anyway, from this point of view, you got my Dreamcast banner, which you see over there, which I got not far after the Dreamcast launch. And I think I got that from an EB Games, but it could have been a Sears, but I'm thinking it was EB Games. Not 100%, but it's been folded so many times for so many different moves that it's kind of starting to look a little dingy, but there's no way in the world I'll ever take that down or never want it around for me to visually look at. I love that banner. It's all plastic. It's kind of like a heavy garbage bag with eyelets in it. It's pretty neat. And then of course you're seeing all this background here, which is what you see in my videos for when I'm sitting down doing a pickups video. Sometimes if it's not over here, it's over there, and so on. And this stupid fan in the way right now. I tend to move the fan around when we're doing videos, and I have to have it off because unfortunately it's no good on because it'll just make terrible background noise. So anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm going to move over towards my desk area. I'll show you the window and a few things there, and then I'll show you what I do and what's at my desk, and mainly what I use then to edit my videos, what kind of power plant I'm using, and just an overall rundown. So give me 1 second, let's get over there. Now, as you can see here, it's just a few knick-knack things I put in the window, and there's an original Battlestar Galactica board game from the 70s, which is really, really cool. I paid like 30 bucks for it at a yard sale, which is a lot more than I normally would have paid for something like that, but it was just awesome. And there's actually Wing Commander, Privateer. There's too much lighting going on it there, but you can see Austin Powers, the bad guy there. I don't know why I'm saying it wrong, but Mini-Me. And I got two of those figures when I was out visiting one of my buddies. I went into a Value Village, and that's what I ended up finding. And there's my Ryzen box for when I finally bought a Ryzen, and I was all proud of myself. Couple Hot Wheels cars. One of them is a Dodge Ram, like the Ram Charger or whatever, the Power Wagon or whatever. And I had to have it. It was $1. And then the other one is a Chrysler 300. If you guys don't know, I drive a 300S, and my buddy Jeff bought me that because he thought it was just really cool. Now, going over here, there's Windows 98. So Windows 98 there is the CD edition, and the other box one is the floppy edition. So it's just really, really cool. And there's a few cameras and Darth Vader's there, or no, sorry, Batman's there guarding that stuff. I don't know why I thought it was Darth Vader all of a sudden. But there's a few cameras. There's a 360 camera and a couple GoPro style for whenever I'm out and about, if I'm ever going to do something like that. Okay guys, so just a few things here, and this is something that I was working on for an idea, but I have a JVC 1080p camera here as well, and the idea was if I'm here doing something, I'd be able to record side on plus forward on, and it was just an idea to be able to do some different angle stuff and be able to switch between cameras, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know how it'll look because, of course, my Sony's 4K, I'm recording in 4K, and I dumb it down to 1080, which still looks better than 1080, so it'd be questionable. And then here I have my arm with my Snowball microphone on here. It's just a Snowball USB, but it works really well and it does the job. And then I have my Oculus DK2 right here, which still seems to work. My 2 terabyte external for backing up stuff that I'm worried about on solid state. My new phone I haven't used yet. I haven't transferred. I'm very lazy. I've had it for like 2.5 weeks, I think. And there's my wireless charger. I just lay my phone on and it charges. And of course, my big time toy, my gaming rig. And this is my pride and joy. So what is it powered by? I'm an AMD guy, so this is a Ryzen 1800X with 32 gigs of RAM running at 2400. My video card actually is still a 480 RX 480 gigabyte G1 Gamer 8 gigabyte video card, which seems to still play everything at full tilt, so no need to change it. And that wonderful red strip you see going right along here, that's one of my M.2s. That's my cooler that I put on in one of my reviews. And it's just an amazing computer. This machine edits videos in pretty much, once I start number crunching, I would say it's less than 5 minutes. It's pretty impressive. So I'm very happy about that. And then what do I edit with? Well, there's the key. What do you want to use when you're using video editing software? I use Filmora. And Filmora, to me, just makes it very simple. So, for example, adding an audio track, adding a photo, which you see over here, and then, of course, your video, cut, edit, splice, whatever you wish to do. Filmora seems to do it for me. And the reason why I chose Filmora, it was a very easy learning curve. A lot of the pros use it, which is what I was looking for when I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And Filmora was totally the answer. So if you guys were ever wondering what I do all my video editing with, it is Filmora. If you haven't checked it out, it's something to check out. I believe they let you try it out for a little while and so on. And then up above, of course, is just my 1080p webcam from Logitech. I think it's a C650 or something like that. It isn't the greatest. I will, once I start doing live streams and stuff, I'm going to upgrade that for sure. And that is just the camera sensor for the Oculus DK2. Guys, I don't know what you think here of the lifestyles of the not so rich and definitely not famous, but it's a pretty cool room for what it is. And this is where I do everything for you guys, and I love doing all this stuff for you guys, and this is crazy, but I just wanted to show you guys what my office looks like. I mean, I may not have shown like totally everything, like my calendar for doing stuff and keeping my reports for myself and stuff like that, but it's kind of private, so I didn't want to really just throw that out there. And just a quick pan of the room. Right, so we have our woohoo and the Game Hunter hat and the big, long, very long actually. I'm very happy with the green screen. All the PC games over there, and I love the way that looks. And now you can see, literally, see how cool that looks in there? You didn't get to see this view before, and there it is. It just looks awesome. I love it. So you can see the TV's up there. I'm hopefully changing that to a 4K soon. And as you can see here, all that stuff is very narrow. It's just a very narrow room. And then you got I love that poster. And my Sonics and stuff going down there. And so anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this office room tour. I know I want to get the game room tour done, but at the same time, the game room's a work in progress. I haven't been feeling great, so I work on it when I can. It is operational, but it's not where I want to present it yet. So it's coming in the new year for sure. I'm hoping to do it within the first month of the new year. Do not quote me on that, but I will try. Thanks guys for watching. Till next time, stay tuned for the next episode, and game over.